Hello everyone and welcome to the Spearhead cast. We have a little bit of a fun one here for you all. I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload this, but if I do, you'll obviously see it. This one is not a replay. This one I found live on the spectate thing, so these players are playing obviously 3 minutes ahead of us, but literally these two players are playing right now as I'm casting this. But it should be anyway. Anyway, let's go through them. It's an Eastern Front battle on Crossroads Winter. We have Professor as Tank Division for the Soviet Union. And we have Q as the Waffen-SS without a commander choice yet. This should be an interesting one. Yeah, this one just popped up on the spectate list while I was just looking around browsing, and I thought, you know, why not? I felt like it, so here we go. Triple conscript coming out for Professor here. Pretty basic opening, because he's gonna not go for any Fontoviki early. It's just gonna get more men on the field, but the SS is getting a second Storm Grenadier without a commander choice, so that's really their only option unless they want another Storm Pioneer. They could also go for an early MG42, but that's MG34, I mean. It's generally not that advisable, I think. Crossroads Winter. I did not know Crossroads had a winter version. That's intriguing. It's also a fan-made map, so it's not actually by Relic. It's a community map, as I understood. Soviets getting some territory. First shots are fired. Storm Pioneer is holding up behind this destroyed Sherman. But Soviets are going to overrun them. Soviets are coming from all angles. And the Germans are running at the side of that. Because that's a lot of Russians coming suddenly at you. Now that Sherman in the center is going to provide a lot of heavy cover for whoever holds it. That's very nice to see. No soldiers have died yet. Just a few shots fired. We have a Maxim coming out early. An advantage of playing the Soviets, you can get most of your basic stuff from your first building. Then again, you're also kind of Germans, really. Storm Grenadiers are going to try and contest the area, though. Kugelwagen coming out as well. A mobile MG34 for the Waffen-SS to utilize. And here comes the Maxim, rolling onto the battlefield. Let me just make sure I am recording, because this is a really intriguing little one. Not something I'd normally do, but I just saw it and I decided to grab the chance. Hopefully the players don't mind. It is set to allow observers after all, so I'm just utilizing that feature of the game.
Good work, comrades. This now belongs to us. Ready for orders.
Germans are securing their southern points now. So the Russians did have the advantage in getting territory at the very least. Which generally they do because of the conscripts. So the sappers running back to the base probably to build a building. Basically tech up for the Soviets.
Wagen ready.
After this is getting an MG34. Still no commander choice, because he is waiting. Maxim set up in the central structure, no big surprise, it's a very good vantage point. This hetero will cover a lot of sight though. But these Storm Grenadiers are being pinned. Already suffering 2 losses. And now they're fully pinned. That Maxim is in a really good spot.
Heavy machine gun group
Almost killing the whole squad actually. Here come the conscripts though. MD-34 setting up, probably hitting. Yeah, good idea. He might need to rush there quickly though, because the Russians are pushing across. Big Soviet push. Meanwhile, Great Assault killing the Maxim. But the conscripts got close enough to kill the Storm Pioneer. The Storm Grenadier, I mean. No, he's actually gonna get out. No, he got shot. Oh, that's a big loss. But I think the Germans will move to intercept these conscripts. Soviets are taking up behind this though. Getting some Fontoviki behind this. Germans are going for as many kills as they can. It's only conscripts though, but still conscripts are something. Maxim coming up behind as well. Fontoviki is coming onto the field shortly. And here setups the Maxim. That's immediately killing the gunner on the Kugelwagen. Fontoviki coming out, however. And these troops will do a lot better, I think. But Germans lost a Sturm Grenadier. That's a pretty big loss.
Ready for duty.
Once again, heading southwards. Conscripts are still healing up. No tech up for the Waffen-SS yet. Probably should invest in that, I think. MT-34 is in a good position there. Can actually suppress from an angle. Now the Kuhlwagen springs into action on the other flank. Sabers will be able to flank the MT-34 though. Throw a grenade quickly.
We can now establish a forward HQ.
Go down again.
We have authorization to appropriate nearby.
Kontseviki or the Conscripts will probably get moving though. Oh, they lost the Maxim. But it is in range of the base defenses to be denied if the Russians, the Germans I mean, decide to go for it. Kontseviki heading northwards now. Sabers is in trouble, they should probably retreat. MP4 disarmed on the Sturm Pioneers, but they are being suppressed. It's gonna make them useless, they have to run.
Orders complete.
Germans are still very low in troops at the moment. Russian tank hunters are coming onto the field here. They'll be able to deal with that Kugelwagen with no issue. Germans are going for a tech up at this point though. That's a very risky maneuver though with that Sapper. He might take the point, but he'll lose them. Oh, he's actually not lost him. Wow. He should retreat that Saber. He's gonna waste him. No, he has actually. He might get out of that. Yep. That's damn lucky. Manpower upgrade and a T60 coming out. Okay. T60 is a pretty good choice. You see some Panzerjägers coming out for the Waffen-SS. MT-34 set up in a good position here. Smoke grenade going out, I think. Oh, that was a normal grenade. Fragmentation sleeve. But the MT-34 is just taking too many losses. It's only a small tree able to cover them. Kuhlwagen brushing up again.
Tank ready for orders. Enemy fire. All set.
Russians are pulling back briefly. E60 is on the field though. Germans have not even captured the munitions point down here. That's going to be a problem. Grenade upgrade coming out, and both grenade upgrades. Okay, so we're going to see AT grenades and better fragmentation grenade, and we see Panzerjäger for Q. I can recognize the symbols. He's going to directly try and counter the tank tactics, and those Panzerjägers might actually get a good shot off here at the T60. It has to pull back quickly.
A sector has been cut off.
But now he knows there's a Panzerjäger there, and he's a self-targeting the area. He wants to destroy the cover. Also, Canada is having a hard time of it though. There we go. Now they don't have any cover.
Aufgepasst. The command vehicle has converted to a static building.
Trying to throw a blank cover. That'll at least disrupt them. North militias has been secured by the Germans though. He thinks he has to be somewhat cautious with his movements. You also see some SS Grenadiers called in. Cheaper unit available to Panzerjäger. Arrive with Panzerfaust and AT grenades actually. Poor quality infantry though, comparably. They're still good enough, but they are not Sturm Grenadier level. We also have a unique Panzerjäger squad arriving here, which you can infiltrate as Panzerjäger. Arrives with 2 Panzerschrecks and a 4-man, so pretty handy one. Sturm Grenadier is going to be overrun here, I think. Good job with the smoke grenade, it's going to buy them some time. Panzerjäger's moving to flank though. Got a good shot. Molotov on the Sturm Grenadiers though. And there goes the Sturm Grenadier, that's a huge loss. He only has the normal Grenadiers then. And of course the Storm Pioneers. But he has so dedicated actual infantry. He only has Panzerjägers. While Panzerjägers are pretty skilled, they are very small squads for a pretty hefty cost. Like, if the Surge got some more infantry out, they could really lock down the battlefield at this point. Ooh, house went down in flames because they tried to use high explosive, but it hit the building. So the great ideas are gonna go for an assault here. But the tank hunter is actually getting a good job of killing them. Oh, they're trying to Panzerfaust! Oh, they Panzerfausted the Maxim! Very cheeky. But the tank hunter killed the squad with the PTRS. That is the power of a semi-automatic anti-tank rifle, everyone. Don't underestimate the anti-tank rifle of the Russians. That thing is pretty lethal. And the fact that it's semi-automatic can really matter. Russians taking up for tanks. No big surprise. Germans are going to try and cut off the fuel though, with the Storm Pioneers here. They have the armored MP40s, which will allow them to do better in close to medium range. The Panzerjägers moving up. I don't think Panzerjägers gonna do that well though. They are using a blank corridor to obscure themselves. That's not gonna stop them from doing an assault, high explosive in the area. But I think the Russian seed is probably to get some better infantry out at some point. I would say motor guards would probably be a good call. We also have an officer coming in for the Waffen-SS here. Known to Sturmführer. Basic low-level NCO of the Waffen-SS. Tiller mine being set up here by the Storm Pioneers. That will only trigger on tanks. As you can see, Panzerjägers are not the best against the infantry. These Panzerjägers will definitely show their worth. Meanwhile, the MT-34 is trying to fight the Maxim, but the Maxim got the first salvos up, hitting them. Storm Pioneers trying to flank. The Storm Pioneers are dead though! That's a huge loss. Meanwhile, the conscripts are flanking down here. Oh, it's not looking good here for the Germans. Oh, that's a lot of units dead in a quick succession. Hans Grenadiers being called in to replace the losses. 17. No, he's going for normal Grenadiers instead. Okay, he just needs something out, I guess. And he wants to probably get some better units. Probably a vehicle. So the Russians are going to get a tank short at this point. Go for an SU-76. Good call. The Russians should really try and get their fuel back, but they are threatening the German fuel at the moment. Now the Germans barely have anything on the field right now. That's going to... he's going for the manpower upgrade. Ooh, Q is playing very risky here, I think. He's doing a lot with very few units, and that could backfire against the Soviets, because the Soviets can have very good map control. Raj going in from the SIS-3. I think it's a SIS-3, no? Yeah, SIS-3, yeah. Here comes the SU-76. I think armed with basically the same gun.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
MT-34 still present. The tank hunter might get mowed down. Gets out in the open. Oh, yeah, the MT-34 is going to shred them.
Guards troops ready for action.
Guards are arriving here. Motor guards by looks of it. Better basic frontline infantry you can get if you're playing as tank division. Being armed with double DPM, that's going to make them really good at holding positions. SU-76 going for the Kugelwagen. Missed. Kugelwagen's trying to get out of there, but that's too late. 22 explosives on it. They need to act quickly though, because the Panzerjägers are present.
Officer, ready to be deployed.
Oh, and they got the SU-76. Very good job there from the Panzerjägers. Very risky though. Q is down to barely any troops. Very few Waffen-SS troops holding this area. He's going for 17 SS Panzer Grenadiers. Pretty good, better basic infantry you can get if you're playing as SS Panzerjäger. Can be equipped with some pretty good equipment, as I understand. Also going for some Sturm Grenadiers next to it. Because they cost the same, I would probably just personally suggest just another Panzer Grenadier. That's just my opinion, because I think the 17 SS Panzer Grenadiers are pretty underutilized. Despite being a really freaking good commander. You know what I mean. But he might be going in for the Sturmgewehrs. Because these guys don't get access to Sturmgewehrs like the Sturm Grenadiers do if you're playing as Panzerjäger. So I think that might be the tactic behind it. Still, 100 round MT42 on these guys immediately. No surprise. Oh, he's going for... yeah, here comes the Sturm Grenadiers. And yes, he's going for the Sturmgewehrs. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Okay. Makes a lot of sense, actually. But these units should not be underestimated, especially with an MD42 with 100 rounds. That's going to make them exceptionally lethal at range. So they can lay down suppressive fire while the Sturm Grenadiers take care of the actual assaulting.
Stand ready.
At least what my prediction is.
Acto, ready yourself for
Yeah, it's actually putting them to wait in ambush. Fascinating. Maxim is still threatening the position up here. I don't think the Germans can do much while the Maxim is covering it. DPM's opening fire on the Sturm Grenadiers. Tiller mine went off. Very nice. So that paid off in the long run. And that's why you should lay mines if you can. Mines can be very useful in turning the battlefield in your favor. And losing that SU-76 is going to be a big surprise that the Soviets are going to have to debate upon if there's more mines. Which means they might need to invest in some minesweepers. Looks like the Russians are digging up some more defenses here. MT-34 Strossing up again, but the Maxim is still going to be there. Use this hay bale this time, though. A haystack. Still, I think the Russians have the upper hand by getting the first salvo. Oh, he didn't manage to hide it. But Mthis opening fire with a high explosive shell. Missing. It is a barrage, though. The Germans have to run. Recon squad coming in for the Soviets, as well as another SIS-3. That's going to allow them to essentially serve also as artillery batteries, which is the advantage of the SIS-3. It's not just exclusively a anti-tank gun; it's a field gun. So yeah, artillery and AT gun in one, not bad. Soviet recon team coming, looks like it's women this time. Unique feature of the Soviet recons and snipers: they can be either men or women, taken from the vanilla game essentially. Where the Russian snipers can be either men or women, so fits perfectly. Soviets did have a lot of women as sharpshooters, I believe.
Acto, ready yourself for orders.
But Q has managed to take off fire fully, which is impressive despite his situation. He's still trying to hold on with what little he has. But these Grenadiers are ready. They've also been armed with an anti-tank rifle, so that's pretty handy. When Sofia's pushing up, probably to try and launch in a barrage in the area. And indeed he is. Oh, high explosive shield almost kills him though. And artillery will take care of the Maxim. That's going to open up that front in the future.
Squad, shut it. We are receiving new orders.
And it looks like the motor guards are pushing up though to secure the front line. Soviet lieutenant also arriving for the tank division. It's 3 years present though, and so it's a recon team. Panzerjägers are coming very close to the Maxim though. They're gonna throw up a Gebaldelat. No, that's a Blink Harbor actually. My bad. Now they're out in the open. Indeed, they start to get mowed down. Those guys not gonna get out of there, I think. Germans are still losing a lot of troops. Actually, they might. Sturm Grenadiers, no. They died. That sucks. Sturm Grenadiers are trying to take their fire, though. Also being equipped with a Scope Gewehr 43. To make them a lot better at longer range. Stuk F8 coming out. The cheapest Stuk available to Panzerjäger, I'm pretty sure. Soviets are taking up fully. Is he going for heavy tanks? Like, he is playing his tank division, so he does have access to them. And the IS-2 is... oh, Anchor 43 is already getting a lot of kills. Also, recon team coming out for the Germans and Aufklar. I'm not sure if the marksman or the recon sniper is the better one here. They definitely have a little bit of a marksman duel going on. What is Stonefear pushing up? Marking the targets on the recon team, making them easier to hit, I think. And Stormgrenadiers are trying to push closer. High explosive going out for the Sisto. Forcing the Stormgrenadiers to run. The recon probably has to get out of there. Ooh! Sis-free destroyed the gun on the Stuk. It's gonna force the Stuk to back off. And Soviet recon has run out of there. Bolsheviki going for the center again. Meanwhile, conscripts heading for the south. The Panzergrenadiers are waiting now. They're waiting for the Russians to get out in the open. Oh, he revealed himself. These are Panzergrenadiers, and they are pretty good, so the question is if they'll hold. Oh yeah, not looking good here for the Germans up on the northern front. Yeah, dealing a lot of damage to that one conscript already. But the Germans are in full retreat on the northern flank. They're pulling back to the next haystack, very nice. Trying to keep distance to use their MG42 to their advantage. But there is heavy cover for the Soviets to utilize. Oh, and they are suffering losses. But I think these Panzerjägers might be able to change that with a Gewalteladen now. Yep, they're throwing a Gewaltballon over. Very good one. Hitting one of the conscript squads entirely dead. But this Panzergrenadier squad is almost dead too. They will try to re-secure the points though, I think, before running back to reinforce. But now there's the Soviet tank hunter in the position to snipe at them with the PTRS.
We are losing territory.
And the Panzerjägers cannot capture points, if you're wondering. Here comes a lot more Soviets, including a T-4045 Ace. Double motor guards coming up too. That's a lot of firepower. People always go for the double DPM, but I would probably suggest sometimes trying the DPM plus SVT combo. Because I think the SVT is very underutilized. It also allows them to fight a little bit better at medium range, I believe. The Soviets are definitely having the upper hand currently. The Germans are doing a push northwards though. Oh, good ambush there with assist free. High explosive straight to the Sturmgrenadiers, killing them. That's gonna force the Germans to try and get under the Panzergrenadier instead. The Germans are suffering heavy losses in this battle. Stuk moving up. It's been armed with high explosives, which the F8 can do. Just gonna prove it to be an effective infantry killer. Oh yeah, that's good. So it's just also a lot of infantry right there. But the Germans are still down a lot of stuff themselves. Mines being laid by the guards. T-45 has to really be cautious with moves. And the Soviets are still going to be lacking fuel before they can get like the IS-2 if he really aims for that. The IS-2 I think would be quite risky in a 1v1 basically. I'll perhaps go for the KV-8. That's my own opinion. Or just the normal KV-1. You don't need to always go for the heaviest things. Several normal T-34s can also work. They're fairly cheap if you're playing as tank, as you can see. But 85 Ace will definitely be a big threat. Oh, he's scavenging with the Opel Blitz, but... Ouch. That must have hurt, though. We now have double Panzergrenadiers on the field. Anything the Germans need to just hold the line.
Orders complete.
I do like the winter uniforms that the Panzergrenadiers here have. Very nice. I think it's the Panzer... No, it's not the Panzergrenadier one for winter. It's the Stormtrooper one for winter, I think, from Vanilla. Or Jägers, or whatever the unit is called. Lenkorper coming out. MP40s being under the Panzergrenadiers. These guys are going to be more medium to close range then, than their other unit, which seems to be entirely heavy range focused. We also have a Stabskapitan for the Soviet Union in the field. A captain. Looks like the Panzergrenadiers got the upper hand here for now, thanks to the MT-42. But the guards are moving to flank. He is switching targets though. And you can see the power of the Panzergrenadiers right there. That MT-42 100 rounds is really proving useful. Here comes the F8. Going for the kill here, I think. Oh, just in time though, because the Panzergrenadier almost died. So it looks like Q is somewhat making a comeback here. So it's getting double more guards again. That is bleeding their manpower because guards are costly. Artillery being called in here. Looks like it's just almost 75mm. Oh, killing the Maxim. And Panzerjägers are rushing up to the front again shortly, I think, if they had the chance. Looks like the Stabskapitan cannot capture points. Fascinating, I did not realize that. Jagdpanzer coming out, a perfect counter to all the tanks. Panzergrenadiers are nearby. Soviet recon capturing the point though.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
Panzergrenadiers are waiting in ambush here. They have the vehicle marked. Panzerfaust coming out. Destroying it, very nice. Very good use of an ambush right there. Very veteran Panzergrenadier squad right there. Panzergrenadiers on the southern flank though are going to have a little bit more trouble. Running into a mine. They're still getting some good shots though. But I think that might be too much. Yeah, they're down. Stuk is doing a lot of damage on this flank though. They're going to try and use the capture Panzerfaust. They get it off, destroying the Stuk. That's a pretty big move right there. Another T-45 coming out. Would be more economical getting a heavy tank at this point, honestly. He could actually get a second one shortly. He just needs the manpower. Going for more guards behind this. Not a bad choice. But some more fun to Viki, I think, would also just be very handy.
We are awaiting orders. What do you need?
Motor guards still, it's hard to say how good they are against the Panzergrenadiers. Also think we're seeing Stormtroopers? Yeah, we're seeing Stormtroopers coming out. Stormtroopers are a unique unit to all SS factions at tier 2, I believe it is. No, tier 1, my bad. Yeah, tier 1. Generally, I have better equipment, or well, can be equipped with better stuff. They also are more costly. Essentially, the assault infantry. If you're playing as a Panzer, you could actually give them Panzerfaust, something they normally don't have. So you can actually make them able to deal with tanks. So pretty good upgrade, if you ask me. Guards are flanking around. There's only a Panzerjäger squad here. If they reveal themselves, they're gonna get mowed down. This is 6 truck on the field. And this one can scavenge. No, it cannot scavenge, I think. Or am I looking at the wrong ability?
Ready to execute.
No, I don't think the service actually had the scavenge ability with it. Can repair, though. And can service reinforce point.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
There we go, 85 on the field. Still looks like double DPM is the way to go. Specialty 5 Panzer Grenadiers with MP40s. And also Yak Panzers on the field. Stormtroopers heading southwards. They could actually grab the... that's only a Panzer. They're grabbing the Panzer Strike, okay. That's a pretty good upgrade to have on Stormtroopers, in all honesty. The Yak Panzer has now been revealed to the Soviets. So they know it's driving around.
Squad, shot it. They're receiving new orders. Squad, ready to move.
Not sure what the Stormtroopers aim to do. Might be aiming for the Sturmgewehrs. Oh, that was a mine! Right, another anti-personal mine. 85 did not penetrate. That's a very brave 85. Putting a heat shell. Very risky maneuver here. Like, you should not do that in front of a Yak Panzer that's aimed at you. Because the Yak Panzer has very high reload rate. Especially if you also to be in a stationary position like you did. But 85 ace on the field though. And another Storm Grenadier coming up behind us. The Spanjik is about to be spotted. And that's a dead Panzerjäger. Blitz retreating. Does the trucks actually have the ability to retreat, if you're wondering?
Regiment advises.
And Motor Guards in a long-range firefight, I think will beat the Panzer Grenadiers with this kind of equipment. But there's an Ostwind.
Standing by. Send orders.
But the 85 Ace is present nearby. There goes the Ostwind. Yeah, quite a good match going on here today. Lots of DPMs on the ground. Everyone's holding the center. Stormtroopers are taking up some more territory. They're happy down with Sturmgewehrs, as I predicted. More Jägers come. No, not Jägers. Guards. Ugh. More guards coming up for the Soviet Union. Another tank captain coming out and a F8 for the Waffen-SS as well. The Waffen-SS is kind of stabilizing despite the bad early game where they lost a lot of units. Half-class sneaking up. So the Sturmgewehrs have picked up a DPM. Double DPM actually. They're losing a lot of Russian equipment today. Which is not really that unusual because the Germans used a lot of Russian equipment whenever they could get their hands on it. Simply because they needed more equipment. Yak Panzer is gonna try and move up to deal with the Ace. Now the Ace can capture territory. You capture the territory, but he's pulling back for repairs, obviously. Try to fire through the terrain there. Guess set up a truck back there, which he might be preparing to use for repair duties. So he's going for sappers, actually. Or DPMs being grabbed here. No need to upgrade them when you can just grab some on the ground, I guess.
What do you need?
This is it.
Germans are retaking territory, though. It looks like we can actually shoot on the base from here.
We must protect our HQ.
After opening fire, a little bit of a risky move. Half cloud went down because of that.
Enemy fire! Men are focused and ready!
Ace has not been healed. Risk maneuver. It destroyed the Jagdpanzer though, but now it's lost its gun. Panzerfaust coming out. Oh, I think the Waffen might have turned this around.
The sector is at risk.
And the Soviets are not doing too hard right now.
Eyes up!
What are the Soviets gonna be next move gonna be is the question. Looks like another pan square is being prepared by the Germans. They're taking advantage of having the field for a while. Artillery called in on the Russians there. And that Soviet captain's gonna be in trouble. Ooh, yeah, the Soviets, can they come back from this is the question. That's gonna be a hard one. As the Germans are moving to encircle the Russian base now. Not sure what this Oberblitz is doing. Not Oberblitz, this is 6. But the Jagdpanzer is turning to point at the Russian base.
Orders complete. Send orders.
He's going to try and use the high explosive shell here, I think. It's just going to drive back. Move back into the stormtroopers.
Stand ready.
Ooh, that's actually a recoverable Jagdpanzer. Oh, Mr. There's stormtroopers nearby, keeping an eye on it. I think you might want to actually try and destroy it. That thing is not going to get away. There's no way. Yeah. No way the Russians could steal that.
One of our vehicles.
Double boy the Panzer Sherman coming out for the Waffen-SS. And a command Stück coming out too.
Infantry ready to unite.
So it's basically have no troops left.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
So I think Q turned this around. Like I think we've seen Q do it before actually.
Achtung, ready yourself for orders.
Panzergrenadiers are loaded for assault duties here, the veteran ones. The MP40s.
Keep your heads down!
And yeah, I don't think the Russians can make a comeback from this unless they're very lucky. He's trying to assault grade the base. So we surely called in though that destroyed the Untersturmführer. More guards are just dying though.
We need to re-establish our supply lines.
These stormtroopers are doing a really good job actually. Just holding up that way out the base.
Target secure. Hold in place.
Our headquarters is taking enemy fire.
Question is he gonna try and just go for an IS-2? Because he's running out of options right now. I think he's going for an IS-2. But he's gonna go. But I think the Germans gonna try and destroy the base before that. Yeah, the bunker is down, which means the Germans can prepare to move in.
Our command post is under assault.
Yeah, he's not gonna allow an IS-2 to be built, I think.
Red Banner T-3485s are available to overrun the enemy.
Oh, he's going for an 85 ace instead. Might be the better call here. Very smart. He's actually trying to lure it into Panzerfaust range. Like Q's being very smart with using his bloke and other obstructions and ordering his units not to hold fire, not to fire. So that's gonna give him time for the Russian to get closer before he actually reveals himself. But Professor's in a really bad spot right now. Looks like he's just gonna wait here in ambush with a Panzer truck shortly and the Boyder Panzer Sherman. But the Boyder Panzer Sherman revealed himself too quick.
Guards troops ready for action.
Taking fire!
They do have a Panzer truck here though.
What do you need? We are awaiting orders.
He's just waiting for the right angle.
Guard squad ready.
There we go, he reveals himself. Very smart. That's how you use it, it's an ambush weapon. And he uses it really, really well. He keeps using obscuring smokes too, so very good job there from Q. The Russians have lost too many men here, I think.
We're under attack. Where do you need us?
And the Russians have lost too much here. But he's still trying, he's still just getting guards out though. I would personally say some fun to Viki just to help shore up the flanks, perhaps? And then invest more in some other tanks, but Q is really good at dealing with armor, evidently.
Contact! Enemy fire!
Here comes the command Stuk. And another Jagdpanzer coming out as well.
Make it quick.
Taking effective fire! Send
High explosive being loaded on this Jagdpanzer. Overshot though. Link Hopper going in though. Followed by a Gewalterladung.
Mission lost! Gun squad knocked out!
Man Stuk is mobilized though. Pulling in danger close artillery on itself. Not 85 coming up for the Soviets, but I think it's a little bit too late at this point.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
And the Russians are almost out of munitions as well, and the Germans are just slowly tightening the noose around the base. Getting more and more Panzerschrecks.
Our headquarters is taking enemy fire.
Then going for double Ostwind, it seems, to just finish off the base. Oh yeah, this is over, I'm pretty sure. Like, it was an interesting early game. I'll definitely say that, and the middle game was also pretty back and forth. But here, the late game, it just seems like when Q makes a comeback, it's very hard to fight back from that. Q seems to be really good at just making comebacks, essentially.
Our HQ is under attack. T-34
Not 85 coming out here, but it might be a little... It is definitely too late, I think. And no penetration, it's over.
Counterfire! Orders complete. Target destroyed.
I think, personally, Professor should have invested in some normal T-34s and the more SG-76s. It would have been cheaper and would allow him to deal with the infantry more reliably, I think. That's, of course, just my opinion. But it's very obvious here that the Soviet Union has lost this one. And their Professor surrenders. So this was kind of a live battle. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I'll see you all next one, everyone. Bye bye.